I'm Mike Penny, and welcome to the Paragon Company. So, last time, you guys um, continued your investigation into the orphanage in Baenum. You went into the basement and discovered a hidden tunnel that led to a series of caverns where you found a chamber with three mirrors facing into like a circle with a some sort of undead creature with peeled back skin that was just kind of bleeding constantly. You guys killed it. Akira specifically with a very funny fashion of just basically whack-a-moling its head into the ground. Uh, um, you guys, kind of decided what you were going to do from there. You went and checked on Ozzy and the other children from the orphanage, and took them with you to the Horse's Arse Tavern, and kind of told Grim what was going on with everything you had discovered.
Wait,
And what?
wasn't it the Arse's horse?
Isn't that what I said?
You said horse's arse.
Oh no, Arse's horse. Sorry.
Okay, good. I just,
So,
sorry.
yeah, no, it's fine. So you guys told Grim kind of everything that was going on. You gave him the mirror
dimension.
What?
We're in the mirror dimension.
You're in a mirror dimension. You guys are trapped. Oh god. So you guys gave Grim the mirrors, and he said he would look after them for you. Then you guys had a week of downtime. Do you guys want to kind of discuss what you did during your week of downtime?
I am building another fighting pit in Baenum. Kind of expanding my fighting pit empire, and definitely nothing else. Nothing, no ulterior motives there.
So,
Wink.
I don't know what your ulterior motives are. I don't get privy to that information. But I have been privy to you setting up these fighting pits. So other than making a bunch of spell scrolls, because we gotta actually have those for D&D, Archibald spent a little bit of time helping to organize some effort to getting your arenas both not funded by, but endorsed by the guild. And then also we're getting you set up with some more money bringing in things once we have a little bit of time to actually get those going.
Well, I was thinking of keeping it secret, but I'm planning on using the fighting pits as a way to gain influence in the towns and place my people that I kind of control in integral parts of every aspect of the town.
I mean, that doesn't really. I don't know if Mike's told you any of what we did, but that works real well.
I want to eventually make my own town.
Oh yeah, that works really well. We've gotten really over ambitious as a party, but
Okay, good.
It seems like everything we're doing is crossing up. So
I'm buddies now with the head of the Hand of the Polis. He's helping me with the fighting pit in Baenum, so I was like, yeah, my first connection.
Yeah, the captain of the Hand of the Polis in Baenum is one of the people involved with it. So,
nice.
Yeah,
We just can't intimidate any more of his people.
He was pretty specific about that.
We predator handshake the deal. It's just don't mess with none of my men. So how does Kensington sound?
I mean, so far my goal is to establish a school for. Basically, I just want to do a Professor Xavier for Fantasy World. So I don't see why that couldn't be in Kensington.
I like it. just shooting for the moon.
Yep. Let's see. So yeah, that's you two. Ernesto popped in. I didn't notice he popped in. But anyway, Brian, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, Tom was able to get the Paragon company to approve basically like that business partnership with the fighting pits and better capitalism, basically. So now Tom will be able to sell like stuff at the fighting events, and we can use that as a way to get people to join the Paragon company and train up and stuff. So it's like a really nice self-conveying loop. Tom also asked Archie to help him research some ingredients to give like the food that Tom makes like status effects. So now it's just trying to find those ingredients will be the next step. Oh, also Tom is now dual class, so he can cook special foods and cook treats as well as extra spells. So now Tom has more healing and support based spells. Oh, also he has guidance, so now both Archie and Tom have guidance.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Look, how else are we going to see them sweet 30s?
Yeah, right. I'll have Ernesto add anything if he wants, but I'll just give you a general. He did a shit ton of research into the old town. The other thing you guys had asked was you had asked Grim to send word back to Fort Algus to see if someone could come get the children and pick them up and take them back to the fort so that they weren't just sort of here in this pretty messed up town. So I'd say during the week of downtime, a cart from Fort Algus with Otto and Greg Colbraid would have arrived to come take the kids back to the fort.
I can see if I got a butler.
My potato butler can take care of the kids.
For now, I mean, if you guys want to decide to send them to the back to Fort Algus, you do know that Lyra is going to head back to the fort as well. She tells you guys that she's kind of gonna hang up her hat for adventuring for a while and just kind of go back to the fort.
Yeah, she can watch the kids if that's the case.
But yeah, so do you guys want to just send the kids off, or is there any other stuff you want to do with them first, or?
Could Tom give them some treats?
Yeah, sure. Are you giving them just regular Tom cakes, or are you giving them like your actual?
I'll give them just Tom cakes for now. Tom's not that nice, I guess.
Yeah, right.
We'll save the actual treats for us. So you just a bunch of Tom cakes for them.
So actually, real quick, give me a roll for your bag of bounty to see what kind of ingredients you have to prepare, and then just roll me a cooking check real quick.
Let's see. Okay, so I had the bag of bounty.
Yeah.
And then did I just roll a d20?
I think it tells you what you can roll, what it rolls for. I forget off the top of my head.
Yeah, it says, let's see. Sorry, no, let me read through it. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
You create the standard bland fare. You can attempt to create finer food by making a charisma check. If you're proficient with cook's utensils, add your bonus to this check. A failed check results in sour and squalid meal. And it's a range of 0 to 18, so 18 is like the best you can get, which is called aristocratic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So just in that case, yeah, do a cooking check to see how it comes out.
Cooking or charisma?
Well, it's cooking, so it's your charisma plus your proficiency bonus.
Brian's confused, but okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it. Let's see.
that's how tool checks work in general. You add your proficiency plus any other mods to like a roll based on whatever stat is being used for that roll.
Yeah, there's not like a flat like button for it because it's
Yeah.
a tool. So
Okay. I did a charisma check. That base for that is just 23, and then proficiency is 25. So
yeah,
Yeah.
so you make some really amazing tom cakes.
Yay. Also, could Tom use prestidigitation to flavor some of them with like chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry and all that stuff?
Yeah, I'd say if you want to actually, I'd say with your cooking check, you could make whatever flavor you wanted, and then
I'll just make those flavors.
add.
Dual flavors.
What a monster.
Yeah.
Giving them a
Right.
taste of things that they can't actually achieve.
Yeah. Tom is supposed to be an evil guy, but he's an idiot, and so he doesn't understand like when he does nice things, he misconstrues it as like bad things. So in this case, the bad action is that he is playing the long con, where the kids will get like diabetes later or something from all this.
It's also a really good way to
That's great.
establish minions.
What's that?
It's also an excellent way to establish the children as small minions.
Yeah, we have child slave labor now.
Their brains are super pliable. Now they're more beholden to Tom.
Diabetes.
Diabetes. So call Tom Dad soon enough.
So yeah, you give all the kids like a thing of tom cakes to go before they hit the road, and like they're fantastic. All the kids are like amazed. They are. Let's see. So Otto and Grig are here to pick them up. Obviously, Lyra's going to go with them. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do before they left?
I mean, they should be fine until we're done in town, kind of getting them out of here safe.
Okay. Yeah. So there's like a little moment where when Ozzy sees Otto, he's like, he looks like he's trying to be like tough, and then Otto actually runs over to him and like just starts crying. He's like, "My boy, I missed you so much," and he's like hugging him and just crying. And then Ozzy starts crying too. He's like, "Get off me, you big stupid jerk!" It's like... And Grig comes over to you guys. Grig comes over to you guys, and he's just like, well, how are you all liking this place?
Like,
Talking
like
to
us? Like to us? Like
Yeah,
right?
you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Baenum?
the worst place I've ever been.
He just laughs and he's like, well, just wait till you get into the old town if that's where you're headed. And he kind of pats his leg that he has the limp on. He's like, how do you think I got this?
Poor posture.
No.
Tom says, "It sounds like you're just really bad at running."
Well, now.
Well, then before too, because you lost your leg, right? Like Tom's not saying this in a mean way. He's like saying it in like a...
Like he doesn't get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't lose my leg. I just have a bum leg.
Well, why don't you just fix it?
He just goes. He just stares at Tom for a second. He's just like. So anyway, don't hurry back to the fort. But we'll take good care of these kids. We'll make sure they've got rooms and everything. They might be staying in your rooms because, there's not a whole lot of space there. But, we'll figure everything out before you get back. So he kind of gets all the kids together, introduces himself to them all. Lyra also, she introduces herself to the kid. She comes over and kind of says her goodbyes to everyone, saying, like, I'll see you around sometime. you know.
I'm gonna motion to Grig to watch his pockets.
So 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 you do that, and Greg's just like, you know, and the kids all, you know, say their goodbyes to you guys, and then they get into the cart with everybody, and they leave. So, Ernesto, did you want to talk at all about your downtime activity? Everyone kind of went over what they did. I just said you did a fuck ton of research.
It was a lot. I just kind of posted it up in downtime. I suggest people read it because I don't even remember what the heck I put down, honestly. Let's see. So, yeah, I'll just read it really quick. So there's one access point in and out of Old Baenum that I'm just gonna call them, what is it, Police? Polis?
The hand of the polis.
Oh, hand of the Polis know of, that they're guarding at all times. They see mainly people go in and no one come out. Those people who don't come out end up basically becoming cold cases that they don't really investigate because monsters are not really their jurisdiction. Big things to note here is I've got a semi-accurate map of Old Baenum. It not being accurate because it was back when Old Baenum was part of Baenum, so it's a little old. Beyond that, I have marks on the map to show where there's been Rat King activity. We know that the vendor of the map is the vendor of the mirrors is selling from there. I'm trying to think, just bark noting this.
That's right.
The person claims to be part of the Paragon company. His name was, I think it was Kraid.
Yeah, the person who you discovered had sold the mirror to someone in the town. Said they were a Paragon company member named Kraid.
Yes. And I my mushrooms that I'm looking for are going to be by that Fate portal most likely, which was closed when the hags were destroyed. And the final important piece of information that I got from the hand is that Grimm's brother showed up around the horse's arse around the same time that the mutated rats started infesting. So my speculation is that his brother, being future Paragon company, went to deal with the mutated rats and may have perished in the conflict. I have not brought this up with Grim just yet. Just figured I'd throw it at you guys first, and then we could tell Grim about it. And that's the big summary of it all, really.
I think the only other thing was the rumor you heard about the creature in the old.
Oh, the big one. Yeah, there's a big creature walking around Old Baenum. Apparently, ground shakes when it walks.
So when he's telling you all this, Archibald, because of your keen mind feat that I'm so glad you took. Anyway, he says the name Kraid. That rings a bell for you. You guys remember the half-orc Paragon company member you guys had unfrozen when you saved those people from the artist who was turning people to stone? His name was Kraid Greesh.
So is he selling stuff out of Old Baenum or selling stuff from Old Baenum out of regular?
Well, if I remember correctly, what Trax had found out was he found a person who had bought one from this person who said they had found it in Old.
Okay.
That is correct.
Do we want? So we have a job, we have a side job that involves Old Baenum. We've got that guy. Is there anything else we need to do before we actually head to Old Baenum? Is all like the dire plot points that you're pointing towards it.
Are you asking me, or are you just talking to everybody?
I'm positing that the party then.
Okay.
How's our supply of holy water?
Is there a church nearby?
Do you guys want to ask and see if there's a church nearby?
Okay, this is what I want to do. As long as we can take like a short rest beforehand.
You don't need to take a short rest. You've been on
Downtime.
like.
Okay, so do I have to climb something to get to find like a church or something?
Well, I mean, if you want to climb up the side of the Arce's horse, you can and look around.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, you climb up the side. You have a climbing speed now, so you don't have to roll for anything.
Sweet.
So Akira just climbs up the side of the Arce's horse, gets on the roof, and then give me a perception check.
Well, okay, that was terrible. I rolled an 11.
A what?
I rolled an 11, but my passive perception is 15.
Okay. So you look around, and just from where you are, you do see a couple buildings that are a little more large and ornate than just like the regular like people's houses and stuff. So neither one of them sticks out to you in particular as a church, but there might be points of interest.
Okay, I'm gonna jump off this building. I got feather fall. I'm just gonna jump off this building and gracefully, and kind of yell while I run towards the next. Kind of yell and point while I run towards the next one.
So you're just running to one of the buildings?
Yeah.
All right, I'll say, do you want to run to the south or to the north of where you are?
Which one's south?
Well, you don't know which one's which.
You said south or north, so I said south.
I thought you said which one's south. Oh, sorry.
No, I just said the southern one. Yeah.
Well, let me turn up my headphones a little bit.
That's what you get for having background music and being fancy and crap.
I'm just trying to... Alright, so you run to the south. So you head south from the Arce's horse, and you come across a bigger building that has... it's like mostly like stone with like large shingles, and it does go up into a point on the top. And it has a symbol carved into above the door, into the wood, and it sort of looks like, actually, it almost looks like a white arc that kind of closes in and almost looks like it's supposed to look like a sun rising over water.
I wait for Archie to come over and I ask him what it is.
Okay, yeah. Do you guys all follow Akira?
Of course.
As a character point, usually.
Usually, right? Alright, so yeah, you guys all arrive at the building. Do you guys want to walk in, or do you want to check it out? What do you want to do?
Wait, I'm really sorry. The audio cut out from you for a second on my side, not you guys. What building are we at right now?
So she was looking to see for a church,
Right.
and she saw two buildings that could have been it from where she looked,
see.
and
Okay.
you just arrived at the one.
So what did you say the outside of this building looks like?
So it's like stone. It's pretty large. It has like a pointed roof, and then over the door, it has like doors with like big metal, like the large loop like knocker like pulley things. And then over the door is a symbol that looks like a sun, like rising or setting over water.
I don't want to be a giant nerd, but I built my character to be a giant nerd. Do I recognize this symbol
There we go.
from any of the various comic book, religious, historical, and/or whatever texts that I consume?
Yeah, give me a religion check.
All right, cool. I don't actually know which of the few ways that I would have seen this would be. So.
Considering my background, could I help him to give him advantage?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I do guidance because I'm blessed.
Right.
So 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. So yes, Archibald, you know that this symbol represents the god of death, Koyama.
Oh, fun. I mean, I say that.
So you know that the symbol is in fact supposed to represent a sun setting over.
Okay.
So if this is the Church of Death, then I don't think they would have stuff to necessarily deal with undead.
He
Well,
might.
Just in case.
I mean, they're probably all about the natural order of things. Dead things should stay dead. So I'm making a bold assumption.
You're not wrong.
Alright, I kicked the doors open.
There she is.
I kicked the doors open reverently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So basically you barge in. And
Respectfully.
she kicks the door and goes, "Amen."
You're right.
Actually, it's Amin. It's Amin in this part of the country.
So you barge into the church, and there aren't really any people inside. The inside's very dark, pretty dimly lit with like candlelight, and as you like knock the doors open, the one figure in the room kind of turns and looks to the door and sees you all enter. And she kind of starts to walk over to you guys. She's like a very, huh?
I'm just gonna just kind of rub the bridge of my nose and then put my glasses back on before the lady gets to us. I'm like, let me just try and be as nice as possible, guys. We didn't do great with the last cop we had to talk to.
Don't worry, I worked that bit out. We're good on that front.
Okay, this is out of character. This is not an in-character jab. The fact that Trax had to be the one to smooth over our relationship with the local police is bad on us as a group.
So,
In character, Akira goes, "Fuck the hand of the police," because we can. Yeah.
So this woman starts to walk over to you. She's very thin. She's a drow, so she has very slicked back white hair, really sharp features, and she's wearing a long, just really flowy white robe. And she just comes up to all of you and she's like, "May I help you?"
Is there an appropriate greeting for this religion?
Let's see. On your religion check that you made, I'll say you would know that they do have a greeting.
May your grave wait for you gently?
Sure.
Yeah.
I like that, actually. That's good. So, do you say that to her?
Yeah, I'm bad at things, but I at least know the right thing to say officially.
Right. So, yeah, you say that to her, and she kind of nods and, closes her eyes towards you, and she's just like, "And may the sun set gently on you as well."
Oh, snap. Okay, I'm done talking. I have 6.
She's like, "Well, what brings you to our temple?"
We're looking to make the undead dead.
Well, that's certainly, you're certainly in the right place. This town certainly has a lot of undead.
Tom raises his hand, or actually his tentacle.
There we go.
She just looks at you and she's like, "Yes."
What is undead?
Oh,
Oh. Well, undead are creatures that used to be things that were alive and were cursed so that when they died, their bodies stayed somewhat alive, but it attacks the living.
Tom just kind of scratches his head of his tentacles, like really trying to understand and comprehend, and then
It's like the pudding that ate you, Tom.
Tom just kind of shrugs, like, okay, I guess I understand.
So zombies are pudding.
Well, wasn't he got eaten by like some black pudding a while ago, remember? The evil pudding?
He did
Yeah.
try to eat that pudding too.
He tried to eat
Yeah,
the
I
pudding,
tried.
and that's why yeah.
Exactly. That's undead.
Tom said, so Tom hears that and says, so you're saying that undead is something I can eat? Gotcha.
She just kind of like goes, maybe the rest of you should explain it a little further to him later on. But yes, what was it I can help you with?
Tom holds up his tentacle again.
Yes.
So how do we kill undead thing? Just eat it?
Dear, you shouldn't try to eat undead. It would probably make you very sick.
Tom,
I heard they like things with a lot of holes in them. Like when you have water that has holes, holy water.
oh God, you are a little like workbench. Just can't
She's just like, oh, you're looking to get some holy water. Sure, yes, we do have that here. Yes, I could I could give you one bottle, but any more than that, I'm afraid I would have to charge you for.
I throw a silver coin at her, or like no, I don't throw it at
throw
her.
it right in her face.
Right in her face, right between the
Yeah.
eyes.
Exactly.
Right at it.
that's how we kill the
No,
nun.
Sorry, I want to like throw it up in the air and then catch it and then like hand it to her because I'm a monk and I can do fun
Okay,
things.
roll for athletics.
Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand check.
23.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
You totally just whip it in the air, like, as it's coming down. And she looks at you and she's like, oh, I'm afraid it's a bit more than that. You see, it's a bit pricey for us to create holy water. Like I said, I can give you one bottle for free.
While she's in the middle of trying to apologize about it, I just, without any flair, pull out my inappropriately large sack of gold.
Right. Okay, well, it would be about 25 gold for a bottle of...
I just put like 50 gold down.
Oh, okay. Well, she takes it. She's like, right this way. And she starts walking to the back of the church, and there's like a large stone, like carved basin full of just like, just very still water. And she takes out like these, like very decorative looking like glass bottles, and she just scoops 3 of them into the basin and corks them, and she just gives them to you guys.
Hey, Mike, before I ask her, I want to put this out there to you. Is something like holy water something that I might be able to learn how to make based on my use cleric styles?
It says specifically a cleric or a paladin can create.
Okay, so not yet.
Right.
All right.
So she goes on. She's like, well, if you do need more, we're here. Just be careful with it. If you're careful, you can get a couple uses out of each. I know some people will dip arrows into it. Some people will pour it onto a blade.
Mike, can I do a stealth check?
Sure.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking to steal holy water.
Oh, I got you. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, give me a stealth check.
Well, fuck. It 14.
14. Okay. Give me 1 second.
Oh, also Archibald. Due to my past, I've seen holy water creation. I don't know the specifics. I just know powdered silver is involved.
Oh, all right.
So yeah, Trax. She's talking to the rest of the group, and you sort of like slink back into like behind a pillar while she's not really paying attention to you, and she doesn't seem to notice you. So she's like, but yes, like I was saying, if you need any more, and I can certainly help you out with that. So Trax, what are you doing?
I'm gonna motion to Graubach to like make a distraction, lure her away, or do something so I can grab some more of this holy water for us.
All right.
Tom would like to try something. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Kevin.
I will try and talk to her about what type of donations they could potentially want once my fighting pit gets set up.
Oh, she goes, well, we would certainly be interested. If any of your fighters get injured or need any kind of medical assistance, we can certainly. But if you guys decide to donate to the church, we'd certainly accept. And so while she's talking to Graubach about that, she's like very focused on him. So, Trax.
So I'm going to try to fill my water skin with the holy water.
All right. Now, so you go up to the basin and you uncork like your water skin and you dunk it into the water. All right. How long do you keep your water skin in the water?
I'm gonna look to try to fill it up halfway. I don't want to take the full. I don't want to make it full.
Okay. So yeah, she's like, she's talking to Graubach, and she's just like, yeah. So if there's anything you need from us, let us know. We'd be certainly willing to help out. Maybe down the line, if there's anything we could promote for you guys, that'd be something we'd be willing to do. And Tom, was there something you wanted to do?
Tom hands the nun, priest lady, to holy lady, a tom cake, and asks if the tom cake is enough for another, holy water.
She takes a bite and she's like, "Wow, this is really good." She's like, "You should sell these."
Thanks.
Oh, you are. Akira hands her a business card. It's poorly printed, but it's a business card.
She's just looking at it like, "Oh, wow. Are you guys just starting out? I mean, I haven't met you yet. Are you guys Baenum?"
Yeah, we're new.
Oh, wow. That's great. So at this point, Trax, your water skin is getting about halfway.
All right, I'm getting out.
All right. So
this isn't to distract Trax or anything, but I was gonna ask her if she since she seems to feel like this is the specific holy church to aid in dealing with the undead. Other than holy water, is there anything that they have on supply or any information they got that would help us before we went to the most dangerous place around?
So she she's like, well, I mean, as far as holy stuff, this is the main church in town. I mean, not everyone worships, the same our God here, but we are the more prominent church in town. there used to be another church in the old town, but I mean, obviously that's not in use anymore.
Like Kira's eyes kind of like glint, and she goes, "Whereabouts is the old church? Is it how could we see it? Like, is there any like landmarks that would make it, you know?"
I pull out my document and have to pull out where it was on this map.
Jesse, I can't hear you.
I pull out our map that we got from Track's work.
Okay. So with the map that Trax was able to put together, you can see that there was a church more in the like central part of Old Baenum. But yeah, it's more in like the central part of the town.
Okay, cool. I just want it like marked on the map so we can stop by.
So to give you guys an idea, based on the map you have, it'd be like if you broke it into like a grid, like a 3x3 grid, it would be like the middle right grid section would be like where the old church would have been.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so yeah, Trax, you cork up your water skin, you kind of put it away. You can basically say you add 2.5 holy water flasks to your inventory.
Alrighty.
So yeah, she's just like, unfortunately for holy combat against the undead, this would probably be your best bet. Have you guys been to the Whispering Raven? That would be the shop in town that might have some arcane items for you.
Could I, after discussing the whole, like, her, me, and the fighting pit thing, could I try and make a deal where, like, hey, from the fighting pit of the proceeds, we'll give you 10 gold a week as a donation if we can get, like, 2 or 3 more holy waters right now?
She's, give me a persuasion check.
Oh, can Tom help with that?
Sure. What do you do to help out?
Tom just kind of sidles over to, Grabak, puts his tentacle around his shoulder, and does like a very suave, like businessman look, and I guess would probably say something along the lines of, I can't say it in like a dumb way, but basically it is a lucrative business adventure between the church and the fighting pit because your long-term gains would offset the amount of like cost you have right now with like giving us 2 like extra holy waters, which is 50 gold. You could get a long-term gain of like 100 gold, right, for however many matches we have.
Okay, yeah. So Grabak, go ahead and make that persuasion check with advantage.
Can I put guidance there too?
You did touch him, so if you want to cast
guidance.
Because mine is the golden heads-up display like in a video game.
Okay, first roll was 14, second roll was 11.
Sad. And then roll a d4 for guidance.
Let's see, so 14. So 16 with guidance.
15?
16.
16, okay. So she kind of looks at you. She's like, I did see this morning that it seemed like a crew of people were building an actual little stadium next to one of the taverns in town. So, you know what? Yes, I think we could make that arrangement.
Fantastic. Putting my hooks everywhere.
She goes over to the basin again, and she's just like, she kind of looks at the basin for a second, and just stares at it for a moment, and she's just like, "Huh, And she shrugs and goes and grabs 2 more bottles and fills them up. So, Grabak, you can add 2 flasks of holy water to your inventory.
Nice.
So, she's like, well, if you're venturing into the old town, be careful. Good luck.
And don't fuck it up.
Well, I mean, that's not quite what I was going to say, but yeah, don't fuck it up.
I do have one question for you, if you don't mind me asking.
Certainly.
Do you have any information on the rumored giant creature that seems to be walking about Old Baenum?
She goes, no, I try to avoid really having much to do with the old town. It's sort of, Oyama doesn't wish us to deal with the undead.
Mm-hmm.
It's more or less, our god is more of a destroy on sight when it comes to undead.
Okay.
So, no, I myself have not ventured out there, and probably wouldn't even if you tried to get me. So,
I'll
Fair
be
enough.
right back.
yeah. It's like, well, if there's nothing else I can help you with, I do have my morning duties to attend to.
Tom gives her another Tom cake, and then just leaves.
Oh, thank you.
What are the church floors made of?
Just wood.
Wood?
Yeah.
Alright, never mind. I'd go out the front door.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, so I'm assuming everyone's good.
I think so.
Okay. So
I
you
am.
guys. Okay. So yeah, you guys leave the church, with quite a lot more holy water than I think you thought you could gain. So.
Can we stop by the arcane sphere?
The Whispering Raven.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to, you guys, you know where it is. You've been there before. So you guys head to the Whispering Raven. You open the door, go in, and the familiar Kenku shopkeep is behind the counter. And when the door opens, a little bell rings, and he turns around, and he goes, "Welcome to the Whispering Raven."
I want to look at his stock.
Okay. So, you go through his stuff. I don't know if you guys remember, you did pretty much buy out any magic items he'd had the first time you were in here. So he has just pretty normal stuff at this point.
Does he have any clothes?
Clothes? Yeah. No, you guys actually, if you remember, you guys got that mending suit from him.
Oh, that's okay. That was from him.
Yeah.
Anyone know his supplier?
I don't think you do.
Do we have any rubies in stock?
Any what?
Rubies?
Rubies?
Yeah.
So you ask him if he has any rubies. He kind of looks down at the counter and shrugs.
Where do you get your magical goods from?
He he looks around and leans over to you, and then he's like, "We get our," and it's just like every word he speaks is like in a different voice. "We get our stock from the Merchants Guild."
would you like to get your stock from another source?
He
Or
just
a
repeats.
second source?
He just repeats himself, saying, "We get our stock from the Merchants Guild again."
Kenkus never have words of their own.
Does he have any non-magical cravats?
Yeah. He just kind of like nods and points over to a shelf.
I'm gonna look at a nice cravat.
Like, I just sent you a text. Archibald's just gonna put that note on the counter while everybody else for better stuff.
All right, give me a second, you guys. All right, you want a so yeah, Grobak, you go over to the like clothing area, and he does have a couple of cravat ties, like on like little wooden dummies.
Nice.
I'll say he has like just like a pretty standard white one. He has like a more silk looking like dark like emerald green paisley style one.
Ooh.
And then he has like a red kind of felt like crushed like a crushed velvet kind of red cravat.
I will take those last two.
Okay. So
And I'll wear the red one out.
all right, so you go up to him. He just looks at you and he goes. He just pulls out like a feather quill and a bit of parchment, and he just writes down 2 gold.
Sold. Removing from my inventory.
Okay.
Nice. Nothing like a good cravat.
Right. So each bag of ball bearings is 1 gold.
Okay, flatly.
And that's 1,000 per bag.
Yep.
Caltrips are also gold for a bag of 20. So that's 5 more gold. Are you looking for hempen rope or silk rope?
I'm gonna say silk.
Oh, I posted the cravat in the art tab.
So I'm not gonna lie, while I was looking up stuff, I had to look up what the hell a crow.
Fancy neckerchief, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so I will say, so just so you know, Jesse, 50 feet of hempen rope is 1 gold, and 50 feet of silk rope is 10 gold.
Let's go with hempen. We're not silk rope rich yet.
And like honestly, looking at the stats, they're exactly the same, just way more.
I was gonna do it for comfort, but we're not really.
Yeah. So altogether, it'd be 11 gold.
How they sell it in schemes like 50-foot length?
50-foot length, yeah.
I'll throw in 1 50-foot length of silk rope in case I have to tie up some thugs.
So that's 10 gold, 20 gold.
All right. Got to get back out there and get back to making money. I'm running old. I'm not running out of gold.
I was gonna say, you guys have a substantial party fund.
I'll
But,
take that regular white cravat as well, then.
he just goes, 1 silver. So it's 1 silver for the regular one.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah. Was there anything else anyone wanted to try to purchase?
Yes.
Is there anything else we needed for like?
Oh, does he have hand wraps?
Hand wraps?
Yeah, I have an idea for the holy water, and being that I'm a punch.
Oh, like just
Like
Just-
like some type of absorbent wrap that I could bandage type thing I could put around my knuckles, douse in holy water, and punch me a zombie.
yeah. So like, if you want just like some cloth, he can just sell you some cloth, and it's only like 2 copper.
I will buy some cloth.
Yeah. So he just gives you like a little, like a small skein of just like plain white cloth.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, what were you saying, Jesse?
I think we're good. I don't need anything else here.
I'm grabbing some stuff. Sorry, one sec.
Kara's getting some stuff. Well, Mike, while we're in limbo for a second, what I want to do whenever we get a second is see if I have to modify the caltrops a little bit so that they can house some of the holy water, and then I just want to soak a bunch of them in holy water.
Okay.
Because I kind of figure regular caltrops wouldn't work on like zombies, but holy water caltrops theoretically might.
Right. So do you want to? Well, I'll wait till we're done in the shop. But
I just wanted to put it out there that that's my goal.
yeah.
Buying all this shit.
Right. What were you looking for, Akira?
Do you have a block and tackle?
Oh, what's up?
Block and tackle?
Lock and tackle.
like the fishing equipment?
No, it's like a set of pulleys and cables.
Oh, good.
It lets you lift to 4 times the weight, which means I'd be able to lift like over a ton.
So yeah, he goes over to like a crate and like opens it up and pulls out like some metal like hinges with rope kind of cut through it and like a big like one of those big metal hooks and stuff. Just he has one. It's only one. It's 1 gold.
Edit out me not knowing what that was so I don't look stupid on YouTube.
I also have a stroke.
Yeah. I just admitted I didn't know what a cravat was.
I mean, you could be forgiven for that. They haven't been popular in
Right.
a couple hundred years.
Right.
All right. Do you have a like a case, map case?
Yeah, he has one. Yeah, and that's also 1 gold.
Okay, and then I also want to grab like I think it's like 10 sheets of paper that I could fit in there. So
Yeah. You just want some paper?
yeah.
Okay. For 10 sheets, it would be 2 gold.
Okay, and then a hooded lantern.
Hooded lantern.
Gold for 10 sheets of paper. We should start a paper mill.
Yeah, he has one. It is 5 gold.
Okay. And then 2 pints of oil.
Okay, those are 2 silver.
Okay, and a spyglass.
What was the last thing?
A spyglass.
That is 1,000 gold.
What?
He does not have one.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, damn. Okay. I guess everything except the spyglass. I'll add it to my inventory and hold it.
Yeah. I'll say he doesn't have a spyglass.
I didn't realize there were 1,000 gold. Jeez. Okay, never mind.
Doubles your range of vision. Do you know how big of a deal that is?
I do, which is kind of why I wanted one. Also, is there a place I could rent a cart anywhere?
A cart? You guys have a carriage.
Huh?
You guys have a carriage.
Yeah. Okay. I want to take a Well, the carriage has valuables in it. I don't want to take the carriage into Old Baenum.
Oh, I mean, I built it. It's a tank.
Okay, then we're taking the carriage into Old Baenum then. Okay.
Mike, you can disagree with this assessment, but I'm under the impression that I put like quite a bit of downtime into making this the literal very best carriage around.
You did add a little bit of armor plating to.
So yeah, and I mean we can reinforce it if necessary.
I mean, I just don't want like a giant Old Baenum.
I mean, I'd rather not drive it up to whatever the most dangerous thing in town is, but you know.
Okay. As long as we can carry everything from Old Baenum, carry up.
It's effective as also might be able to steal something. Sorry.
Okay, I'm set.
All right.
Okay. Hey, Mike, I was able to make all 5 of his.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna pull Tom aside while we're heading out and just hand him. They look like little round like balls made of like not plastic because it's not. There's no such thing as plastic in this world yet, but it's close to plastic as like stone and like magic can feel. And I'm going to show Tom, like I'm going to explain to Tom, like really complicated series, how they utilize a user's innate magic to cast spells. But I'm also just going to show him that they're fun little toys, and that if you twist them the right way, they pop up on like a bird and heal.
How many are you giving him?
I'm going to give 2 out of the 3 that I have.
Okay. So basically, Tom, you're going to add 2 level 1 spell scrolls to your inventory.
Okay.
And then also cure wounds.
And then, yeah, you just got to go in and into customize and just change the name to like Cure Wound Scroll.
Okay, so there are 2 level 1 magic scrolls. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Uh-huh. It might be under spell scroll.
Oh yeah, spell scroll. Okay, I will add to my equipment. Cool, thank you.
Yep. So basically, those, if you cast Cure Wounds with that, it takes that, it burns that up instead of using a spell.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, okay, so you guys have been to the shop, you guys have been to the church. What else did you want to do?
I'm good on cravats right now, so.
Does my armor include a jaunty scarf or cape already? It does, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't need another cape. I'm good.
If anybody wants to borrow a cravat, I mean, I got extra now, so.
I'm your guy.
I wouldn't mind.
Also, I will preemptively tear up strips of the fabric and fashion like hand wraps for myself, just to kind of get that out of the way.
Yeah. So yeah, you just rip up the fabric and kind of with it, so you have just like white cloth wrapped around your ankles.
And I will ask for help tying. Who would be the best at tying knots?
Well, Akira did sail on a ship for the better part of the decade.
Oh, fantastic! If she wouldn't mind tying my little hand wraps and really good knots, I would be appreciative.
I hope you enjoy the lack of circulation.
Well, not that good a knot. I want to feel my fingertips.
So
Literally are actually better at this.
Can I just point out that Grubach can tie a cravat tie to himself and can't tie a little piece of cloth around his own hand?
Well, I can't do a one-handed knot. I'm not that good.
If the cloth was a cravat, it would be a different story.
Exactly, and I'm not wasting a perfectly good cravat.
Like, what kind of world are we living in where men have...
I don't know how to tie peasant fabrics. I'm sorry.
I had people for that.
Wouldn't Grabak know how to tie it up like boxing? Boxing gloves? Because you just put it in between your fingers, and then you crisscross.
But he only buys boxing gloves at a certain gold point level. So anything below that gold point level, he can't deal with.
I just don't know how. I just don't know how to do it.
Differently in the little leagues, obviously.
I only box with the finest silken boxing gloves with gold filigree. So yeah, so
Never the
Akira,
same one twice.
Never. So yeah, Akira, you just tie the knots around his fists. So yeah, you've got them tied up around.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, where are you guys headed to next?
Once we're outside, is the ground dirt now?
Yeah, I mean, there's dirt. There's it's like cobblestone and dirt.
Cool. Akira does a jump into the air, and then as if she were diving into a swimming pool, dives into the ground.
Dives into the ground.
I can do that now.
All right.
Very excited.
What Oh, I see. Hold on. Let me just read it real fast.
So are we heading to Old Baenum right now, or are we going elsewhere while Akira's doing this awesome thing?
No, and I'm following you guys. I'm just following underground.
The only thing I know that we have to do is check on whatever. We have like a job that involves going to Old Baenum, and we may as well talk to the lady or whatever before we go. Side quest rules.
Isn't it also the landlord? Do we need to talk to the landlord of Old Baenum, whatever?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. What did you find out about the landlord?
Oh, did Trax actually get any info on the?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't find out anything about anyone with the landlord title.
I mean, we know he's a shitty dude.
Oh yeah, because we got that like juicy information on the landlord fella, right?
I believe
Yeah.
everything you've heard about him is more or less that he is the only person in town that lived in Old Baenum before the accident. And he owns pretty much all the land in the old town. And that now he's the only person in town that can make the special like amulets you need to be able to go into the old town.
Oh, well, that.
You might know about the big, mean, and nasty behind in Old Baenum, then.
But yeah, so like you guys, you guys have learned that much. But the other thing is just that like pretty much everyone you've met that has mentioned him just says he's kind of an.
Sounds like a landlord.
All right. Hey, Trax, you wanna go break into a house? You wanna go break into a house?
Go on.
I mean, if we need the amulets to get into Old Baenum, right? Let's just break into the dude's house and just steal some amulets and whatever valuables we carry by hand. Like,
That's weird.
what's gonna happen?
I could distract him with a business proposition while you steal his shit.
Perfect.
That's weird. That never came up when I talked about entry into Old Baenum.
How so?
I mean, the hand just seemed like people just kind of went in. They didn't mention anything special. They said we could even climb the wall to get in.
Oh, so
There's
maybe
no
we
mention
don't
of
need amulets?
That is my fault, and I forgot to mention that.
Okay. We need amulets.
So yeah, you everyone would have mentioned. Yeah, no, but don't get in there without seeing the landlord first.
Ooh. Actually, Mike, being that I have an in with the captain of the Hand of the Polis, could I potentially talk to him and try and secure some amulets? Because they definitely have to have some, I would assume.
Yeah, you could probably go talk to them. One other thing. is I don't know if you guys remember, you did have another guild job person, another guild job that you had taken. You just hadn't talked to the person who was offering the job.
We should definitely go talk to them then too.
So yeah, which what are you doing first?
Are we robbing this dude? Because I'm built for stuff, man.
We might not need to rob him, but I mean, if we want to rob him for fun, I'm not above that.
Let's try diplomacy first, and then we steal from him.
Yeah,
Fine.
if I can get him from the captain, I mean that'd be dope. And then we could still rob the guy.
After we get out of Old Baenum, like,
He probably has.
I get us not complicating, like overcomplicating things before we go to Old Baenum. But I mean, after.
He probably has all the titles to the. If he's a big old landlord, he probably has like deeds and titles and such.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's backtrack to him afterwards.
Sounds good.
All right. So where are you guys headed to first?
If you guys do you guys want to come with me to talk to the captain?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go visit the captain of the Hand of the Polis.
Alrighty.
Remind me what his name is again.
Give me 2 seconds.
You don't have that. You don't
Dylan?
have that feature.
Is it Dylan?
Only Jesse has that feature.
Only Jesse has that feature.
Do I know it?
You have not met the guy, no.
I just want to walk up to him. Dylan! Do the
Dylan.
handshake again.
Dylan, my man. No. Hold
You
on.
son of a bitch.
Give me a sec. I'm actually looking it up right now for you.
Please be Dylan. Please be Dylan.
Hold on. It's not Dylan. I never wrote it down here. Hold on. I gotta check my.
Oh.
Should I like roll for history and see if I remember it?
Fun fact, guys, since you're talking to cops, while I was like riffing with Mike about like ways that the cops would be because it was funny, we decided that the Hand of the Polis are called mitts when people are like being derogatory towards them. So if you want to call a cop a pig in this world, call
I like that. Cheese it. It's the mitts.
yeah, exactly. You got it one.
So Grabak, his name was Gavin Kosh.
Gavin Kosh.
All right. So you guys head to the Hand office at the entrance to town.
I will rap a tap tap on the office door and inquire to see if I can speak to Gavin.
So you knock on the door and it opens, and the young officer that you guys had previously harassed, he opens the door and just looks up and he goes, "Oh hell, what do you want?"
I'm here on official business. I would like to speak to the captain.
He just kind of looks you up and down, and he's just like, "All right."
Fuck. Growlbuck, next time flash the Paragon badge. It adds authority to your
He
words.
knows who I am.
No, he does. I mean, he does, but in a negative light.
I grab up menacingly, as if like I'm his bodyguard.
So,
I put my head real close to him, like on his shoulder, and just whisper, "Sorry about last time. We gotta be good now, so we'll be good."
Right. Thanks.
Still in like a slightly menacing way.
Right. Yeah, I'll go get my boss. And he turns around and goes in, and he runs into the back office, and like, you fully see him like run, and he like bumps his desk. He's like, and he like just runs in the back.
Like being nice to him because I gotta.
So are we? Are there no cops around right now?
Not in the room that you're in, but
Okay.
yeah.
How big is this actual place? Like, is it like a pretty big building, or is it
Not terribly big. It's like a large room full of like probably like 6 or 7 desks, and then like a back room, which is where you guys saw before, where they had all the records.
Okay. Mhm. So what I'm thinking is that I want to sneak into the records room and get a look at everything on account I have a perfect recall.
So that's the room that Jamed ran into.
That seems dumb then. I'm slick, but I'm not going to bother with that.
You should just JoJo instead. JoJo. Get your superhero.
Oh, yeah, no, I was gonna.
Do that instead of checking.
So as you guys are kind of trying to decide if you want to do anything sneaky in here,
No,
Jamed comes back out with Captain Kosh, and he looks at the group, and he just kind of has this very like serious look on his face, and then he sees Grabak, and he's like, "Oh, if it isn't my business partner."
I walk up to him, hands wide open, grab his hand, do a fancy predator handshake again.
It's a predator handshake.
You know when Arnold Schwarzenegger's character meets the guy Dylan, and they grab like they're basically doing like a handshake that looks like they're just mid-air arm wrestling to see who's tougher.
Yeah, I got you.
You go to shake his hand. His blade arm thing extends, and he just disembowels you. You know, it's not a great
Dylan.
handshake.
I walk up to Gavin, you son of a bitch. Oh yes. Once we're more friendly, it will be
that one.
So he's just like
muscle buddies.
he shakes your hand. He's just like, what can I help you guys with?
I'd like to explain to him that we will most likely on guild business be traveling to Old Baenum, and I heard tell that amulets were needed, and I was looking to see if he potentially had any spare amulets lying around that we could borrow and return promptly.
So he's like, well, honestly, you'd think being the guards of the town that the landlord would sell them to us at a cheaper price, but he doesn't. We might have a couple laying around, but honestly, we don't really go into the old town. We just give them to the guard station at the gate to the old town, just so that they, should the worst happen, they're protected.
So they don't look like they give a damn.
What if we were to go there and borrow the ones they have while we're doing our job, run a little surveillance for you, make sure things look good, and they don't have to do their daily rounds there?
Give me a persuasion check.
Let's see. Fingers crossed. Can anybody give me a little helping hand with a persuasion check?
Yeah, Akira swings her bat around and goes, I think we're much better prepared than these other guys to take on some routine.
If I can, I'll just gently touch his elbow, and give him that classic goddess cut.
And
All right,
I'm gonna
sure.
I'm gonna translate and say by which she means that we are Paragon and you are just a hand. So it's kind of our business beyond that wall.
Flash all the holy water too. Like, we're good.
That holy water badge, all the stuff.
So yeah, he go ahead and do it with advantage, and
So I rolled 14 and a 17, so the 17, and that was just with my regular +1.
okay.
Does the elbow touch and do anything other than advantage?
Guidance.
Guidance, yeah.
Add a D4.
Oh, that's right, perfect.
You know what we need?
18 in total with guidance.
All right. So he looks at you guys and kind of crosses his arms. He's just like, well, you know what? Tell him I sent you. That might get you 2, though. If you're all going in, you'll still need to probably get more. But get 2 from my men at least.
Why do we need these amulets, like, specifically? Like, why can't one just, like, jump?
He looks over at Akira, and he's just like, no one's actually told you about the energy in the old town?
Very much no.
Well, there's some sort of magic going on in the old town. It's probably what's causing everything to become undead in there. After the accident, almost 90 years ago, the aura has never gone away. And if you go into the old town without one of these amulets, they say you slowly start to become undead.
Ah, okay. That's no good.
Surely
Right.
you have record of this happening. I mean, someone must have accidentally gone beyond the point of no return at some point.
Yeah, and they're probably still in there.
Right. But you have the amulets, and I mean, I imagine your men posted at the entryway could probably find them. Or should
Right.
have.
Like I said, we have to buy the amulets from the landlord, and unless it's an extreme circumstance, my men do not go into the old town.
All right. Well, I guess we thank the guy for his services, right? 'Cause
Big old thank you.
He kind of gives all of you a stern look, except Grabak, who he kind of smirks and like nods at.
And I will nod right back at him. Say, see you in the pits.
See you later.
Let's get going before these two end up doing something we don't want to see.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Roblox is pretty hot. Dude's alright.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
got that fancy new cravat I gotta show off.
Nothing but cravat.
Just cravat. The traditional cravat fight. Cravat maga.
Cravat my god.
Cravat, my God.
Especially
Yeah.
after hours cravat fights at the pit would be a really good show for when Grabak's in town at like one of the arenas.
You're about to see something weird. Get ready.
no, Kensington only has cravat fights.
Yep.
I look forward to starting Kensington.
That's canon. That's canon now.
What about making a sister city with a Keratin?
Keratin and Kensington.
Clown and a Kiri.
I'm down with that.
Right.
Everyone get the town.
Everyone gets a town. No.
I mean, if we
Oh.
steal it well enough from this landlord fella.
So we need
Ew.
how many more amulets? We've got 4. We need 3 more?
So you have 2 right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so everyone would need 1 potentially. So whoever takes the 2 right now, just in the items in D&D Beyond, just search for the Cletwood amulet.
Flatwood amulet. I'm assuming they'll give them to me, so I'll take one and give one to Archie for the elbow touch.
Okay. All right. So I'm assuming you guys are going to the guild, or not the guild, the entrance to Old Baenum first, or
Well, I mean, we still need more amulets, and those ones there will be kind of waiting for us. So maybe we do a preemptive stealing of the landlord's house.
I agree. I want to cast Pass Without Trace.
okay. All right. So yeah, go ahead and
Well, that means I need to do a roll, right? Or on the. That means I need a roll, right?
Well, when you cast it, you pick who gets it, and then you would all a stealth check if that's what you do.
No, I mean for my flaw, because it's a spell, technically.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, yeah. Yeah, you would.
Okay. Just roll a 20.
Yeah, roll a d20.
Okay, 14.
14, you're good.
Okay. So, and I'm gonna separate me.
Keep track of that. So, like, I'll have you keep track of like what it's picking up by.
So like 60.
It says it radiates from you, masking you, and it radiates. I'm the seven.
I think she picks up to. I think it's any person she.
It says, yeah, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you. So I choose.
Yeah. Yeah. So you could give it to everybody. So yeah, if you guys are gonna try to sneak into where the landlord lives, I'll have you guys give me a stealth check.
Can I get guidance?
Is this for everybody doing a stealth check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, is everybody sneaking in? Like, what's the actual plan?
Everybody touch a tentacle.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think the thing to do would be to have like a small group kind of go in through the back. Maybe have like a distraction up in the front. Like knock on the
Yeah.
knock.
I can do the distracting.
I think it's gonna be Graubach and Tom, honestly. You just gotta keep eyes on where he is.
That's pretty accurate.
Well, what's everybody's actual stealth?
I have a +6 to stealth.
I have a +2 to stealth.
Plus
I have a +8.
Okay. So yeah, Brian, what's yours?
+1.
Okay. So yeah, if you guys are cool playing distraction team,
I'm down with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
As long as we're not like talking to children that'll hoodwink us again.
I mean, it might come up.
Hey, whether or not you get hoodwinked, it was a distraction.
Yeah, we did do a pretty good job. Oh, I do have +3 deception, so I can deceive him.
There you go.
All right.
That'll help even better.
Let's. Why don't we say that we're at the landlord's house? Is there before we get ahead of ourselves? Would there be a way we could just like see the house and see if there's an easy way to break in, like via the roof or something?
So yeah, it's you guys would have heard about where it is by now. It's it's a little bit further, like from where like the town square is. It's a little bit further north. Actually, as you guys ask around and look for it, it's the other building that stood out to you when you were looking for the church.
Oh.
Is it still light out?
Yeah, no, it's still morning. I mean, you guys have been running errands probably about 10 a.m.
Okay.
Would in this world, would something like his residence be like public record, like the blueprints for it?
So you would know that from everywhere you've been that the only place that might have something like that would be either Candel's office or presumably the landlord himself.
Just right then. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, okay. Do we want to wait until night?
I say we go now.
Let's just go down and deal with it. If we get caught, oh well.
It would be less suspicious for me and Tom to visit him during the day. Just show up at night like, hello!
Yeah.
We have business to discuss.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
Let's see. So maybe while they go to the front, to distract, the household or whatever. Basically, what we could do is, I have message, so we can send you guys a message once we find the ambulance. What we could do is, once you guys distract or like get into the house, maybe you could keep watch and like send a signal so that we know to like break in, and then we like break in.
I'm assuming, Tom, you could do something like that with a tentacle or some type of thing.
You mean like as a signal?
Yeah.
Tom doesn't have message anymore, so I could just have the servant go and tell everybody. Because the servant's invisible, right?
They can't see it.
Yeah, but the servant can tap them. They can touch them, right?
It could touch them.
Yeah, so we could just do that. So the signal will be the servant goes and just taps them when it's go time.
I think we can make that work.
Do we need a bird sound for just in case you lose the attention of the landlord?
I Grubbox just loudly like.
Well, no, honestly, I think if you lose, you should rage.
Actually, yeah. We can hear the rage.
You just hear like a fucking table flip over.
Yeah, flip a desk or smash a chair.
Yeah, the noise will be more than enough to be act as a signal.
In like a brutish rich guy way, not like a too dangerous to be like let out, but in a way where it's like we have to let this guy out. But first, we have to stop freaking out like a weirdo.
This is unacceptable.
Yeah.
I like the idea of flipping tables while making bird noises at the same time.
If you can break one big thing and let him yell, then we'll be all set.
Like just like knock down his coat rack or something.
And caca on his face.
So yeah, why don't we just try to convince him to give us the amulets normally first, and if we fail, then just go steal them.
Oh yeah. And then I'll act as if he insulted my cravat and just get real mad.
Yeah, and then that would be the like we failed, you guys go in kind of thing.
It's like, okay, we done goofed. I'm gonna flip a table.
No, I wouldn't mind breaking into the place to get some dirt on the computer.
True.
What if we run into a situation where like he agrees to give us an amulet or two, and you guys are in the amulet room, and he's like, "Oh, you're stealing from me."
That's when you would caca, because you would have lost eyes on him. You would have lost his attention because he would have wanted to go back to get your amulets.
Just yell out, "This tea is lukewarm!"
Yeah.
Okay, I think we got it. I think we're prepared.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
I'd say me and Tom will rap a tap on the front door.
All right.
And me and Trax, or me and Archie and Trax,
I think we gotta leave Archie behind on this one, unless you have a way around it.
I have advantage on stealth and a +5 to stealth.
Oh, perfect. Then you can come along.
All right. So,
I'm gonna leave Gizmo with Grabak and Tom, and if they like give me wait, but first we must celebrate with tea and cigars signal that they're gonna come to the vault or whatever, he'll like cut off and try more.
okay.
Also, he can give them help while he's with them.
Right. So, okay. So Grabak and Tom, you two just head up through the main gate and up to the front door of the manor.
Yep.
Perfect.
All right. So you guys knock on the door, and a few minutes later, the door opens, and there's a like human man dressed in sort of like a butlery kind of outfit. He's just like, "Yes, may I help you?"
Hi. We're looking for the landlord of this area. We have some business propositions we think he'd be interested in.
Oh. Certainly see if he's expecting... Is he expecting you?
He is not, but I am Grabot Kensington of the Kensingtons.
I shall pass that along. Wait here for a moment, won't you? Or he lets you into the like
The foyer.
foyer. Yeah. He's like, wait here for me just a moment, please. He closes the door behind you guys and he walks off. As you guys are standing in the foyer, you do see that there are quite a few people walking around in like suits of armor. It seems that, he's got lots of people guarding his manor.
So he does have an awful lot of protection.
A couple minutes go by, and the butler comes back, and he's just like, "The master will see you right away."
I was waiting for like he won't see you like this is unacceptable. We will follow the butler.
So, hey, I gotta run away from the computer for a couple minutes. I gotta take the dog. So this will be a good time for us to take a few minutes break. The butler guy comes out and he's like, yes, the master will see you now. Come right this way. And he leads you off into a large parlor. It's very well decorated. It's very bright. There's lights everywhere. It's like, it almost looks like magical fire sticking up over chandeliers, so it gives the room this very look.
Wow, fancy.
Yeah. And sitting across the room, sort of lounging on almost like a day bed kind of thing, is this kind of short, squat, elven fellow with kind of slicked to the side, kind of almost greasy looking blonde hair. And he just kind of looks and he goes, welcome. What can I help you guys with?
Well, I definitely would like to introduce ourselves. Me as one of the illustrious Kensingtons, and Tom of the up-and-coming Tom Cake Empire. I'd like to basically tell him, hey, we are new to Baenum, looking to make connections and set up shop here, and potentially set up a deal with him that's mutually beneficial.
He hops up out of the daybed and looks across the room and shakes your hand. And he's like, Kensington? Oh, well, that's great to hear. You guys have some business propositions. I'm very interested to hear about it. Please come, have a seat.
And definitely would like to reiterate to him that I didn't want to step on any toes and wanted to make him abreast of everything kind of deal. Like, hey, we respect you, but we're also going to steal it from you.
He's like,
that was out of character, by the way.
Right. No, roll for an initiative. No.
When Tom introduces himself, he says nothing and just hands the guy a Tom Cake.
So, the guy takes it, he looks at it, he's like, he kind of smells it, and he's like, he takes a bite, and he's like, ha! Wow, kid, this is great.
You should sell these. No.
You should sell these.
It's like, would you like to buy some?
He's like, you know what? I will certainly take some. He kind of snaps his fingers and points at his butler, and the guy just nods and leaves the room. He's like, so, Anyway, my name is Basilor Balsara. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
He's like, so, Mr. Kensington. And Tom, was it?
Yes, that's right. Tom of Tom Cakes.
Well, yeah. I mean, I assume you're here for your baked goods, but what are you selling, Mr. Kensington?
Fighting pits.
Oh, that's interesting. Say, is that what's going on next to the arse's horse?
It is indeed.
Ah, that's to hear. I say this town's pretty boring. Aside from the big cursed town next to us. But a fighting pit seems pretty interesting. I think I'd be pretty interested in that sort of endeavor.
Very pleased to hear that. We're trying to expand to as many towns as possible. We started in Anfang, expanding to Baenum after success there, and wanted to see if you would like to have some involvement. We already have the chief of the Hand of the Polis involved with us there. Found him through a local fighting circuit, and we're trying to make as many connections as we can.
Oh, well, I gotta say, for one, I'm impressed that you convinced Kosh to agree to do anything. And another thing, great to hear that you're promoting on. From what I hear, that place is nothing but farmers.
Well, we're trying to lift it up a bit, trying to get it really big on the map there. Capital A.
Well, that's good to hear. But yeah, what exactly would you be looking fighting?
You cut out a little bit there for me.
Oh, sorry. He was just asking, what exactly would you be looking for the fighter pit?
Potentially, I know we're working on a lot of angles here. We're going to be selling Tom Cakes. We're going to do some recruiting for the Paragon company, which we are both a part of, and a few of our associates as well. If we could potentially get some capital to build up the go more for more like a stadium look. We want to look a bit on the classier side, really solidify our image here. In turn for 25% of the gross take.
That's yeah. I think I'm definitely interested, but we'll have to work some stuff out, I think.
Of course.
So, let's sit down. Let's talk some numbers. And we'll figure things out.
And on a side note,
some numbers.
I mentioned that we're part of the Paragon company. We are here. The business side of things. That's all. Me and Tom, we're working things out with that. But we came here on a quest from the Paragon company to investigate some goings on in Old Baenum. And I do also hear that you're the one to talk to about getting some special amulets to be able to safely enter the town. Is that something you'd be willing to discuss?
Certainly. The old town is a big eyesore for every person that lives here in this town. Luckily, I happen to come from a pretty old family myself, and I happen to be the sole person who knows how to prepare these amulets. That seems to be the only thing that counters the aura of magic that seems to permeate around the old town.
I like that. You got a corner of the market.
Yeah, tell me about it. With the money I've been able to make with it, I've actually purchased all the land from the old town. Between you and me, I hear there's plenty of treasure in. I think that's half the reason people go in, but, here, not too many people make it out.
It does sound lucrative, though, if you could make it in and out safely.
Well, usually, honestly, mainly the people that do survive be in that guild of yours.
Tom chimes in really quick and says, "Yes, this would be a very lucrative adventure for you as well as us. And since we're part of the Paragon Company, and like Tom checks one of his tentacles, which has notes written on it, we have a very successful band of adventurers with a very high success rate."
Well, yeah, so if you guys are interested in checking out the old town, I could certainly sell you some of my amulets. I think maybe it might be a better idea to wait till you get back to discuss business, just in case the worst should happen.
Of course.
They are a little pricey. The material I need to make them is quite rare.
How much are we talking? Because how many do we need? It's out of character. Do we need 2 more or 3 more?
Well, I think it's
One for everyone, right?
You'll have 2, so you'll need 1 for. You'll need 3 more.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I thought it was 2, and then the guards had 2 at the wall, making.
No,
That's where we're getting that 2 from.
Yeah, that's where you're getting the 2 from.
Okay. How much are the amulets?
They are 100 gold each.
Okay.
If I were to up your share to 30% of the revenue, could we perhaps make a deal on that?
Give me a persuasion check.
Can Tom do the persuasion check?
What do you do? Like,
Okay, so the way I would explain it is, if we're successful in figuring out what's going on in Old Town, it would increase the foot traffic and therefore the revenue or possible revenue into the town itself, right? Because now Baenum would turn into a very popular tourist attraction due to the guild training and the fighter pits and all the stuff going on, right? Yeah, the hot Tom cakes, like. The old town is basically a blight on Baenum, right?
I'll say, why don't both of you give me a
Okay. Can I do guidance on Grabak?
You can do it on him or yourself, yeah.
Oh, you can do it on yourself? Really?
Yeah, you can cast guidance on yourself.
Really? Wow, can we do it on
Yeah.
both?
You'd have to pick one or the other.
That's okay, so I'm gonna do it on Grabak, and then since charisma is like a proficiency, I get advantage, right?
No, you just roll. You're each rolling.
Okay, so I rolled 9. It was a 9, so hopefully guidance worked out on Grabak.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Guidance and advantage or just guidance?
Just guidance.
Just guidance.
Oh!
Oh.
Nice.
A diggity daffodil. Okay. I got a nat 20.
Oh, damn.
So,
Yeah.
Should I even roll the d4?
Yeah.
For funsies.
So, 23 in total.
Nice.
Yay.
So, he's like, tell you what. I'm willing to sell you each one for 75 gold apiece. And then I will definitely put aside the time to meet up with you after you return from the old town.
Tom chimes in really quick and says, "Hey, what if I made one of these Tom cakes and like he holds up a pile of them? Like, what if I sold them in like your face? Because then you become very popular in town."
He goes,
Landlord cakes.
Landlord cakes. Cake lords.
he's like, honestly, it couldn't hurt my image. I know most of the people in the town think jackass.
Well, I mean, after this, people will think hero.
And to be completely honest, I haven't gotten that vibe at all.
Is that sarcasm?
Oh,
No, from what I thought we were gonna encounter. Definitely out of character. Definitely better than what I thought we were going to encounter.
Right.
Based on what we're hearing.
That's
So, this
fair.
guy's he's decently reasonable.
But yes. So if you need 3, I can sell them each for 75 gold a pop, and then yes, I will definitely work out everything.
Could you? Hate to haggle here, but I'd feel silly if I didn't. Could you do 60 apiece? Because we will bring them back to you once we're done.
Well, unfortunately, once they are exposed to the effects of the old town, they're only good for about a day, and then they burn up.
Understandable.
If I could take them back, I would, but unfortunately, they're kind of a one-shot deal.
Gotcha. Well, understood. And you know what? As a way of saying thank you, if we see anything fun down there and we're able to get our hands on something, we'll cut you a little something off the top.
Hey, great to hear. So he he goes to the back of the parlor, and there's like a large painting of him, but like with a more favorable like posture and appearance. Like
That looks good.
yeah. And he kind of like pushes it to the side, and like it's still connected to the wall, but it sort of slides. And there's a safe, and he kind of goes in, messes with it, and comes back with these 3 like carved wooden amulets.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, they are wooden. They're like very elaborately like shields with like ripples going through them.
Wow.
And he's like, so, for the 3, it would be 225 gold.
Okay, it looks like on my person right now I have 221. Tom, please have 4.
Yes, I do.
There you go. All right, so you give him the gold. He he takes it, and he goes back over to the safe in the wall, puts it in, locks it up, pulls the portrait back. He's just like, well, great doing business with you. I look forward to hearing from you back. But seriously, good luck in there. I hear it's fucking terrible.
It's like, we'll see you soon. Here's some Tom cakes.
Tell him I appreciate his candidness.
Yeah.
And I look forward to discussing further business with him once we get back.
Certainly. Oh, before you go, yes, his butler comes back with a tray, and he gives you 5 gold to just buy the rest of your Tom cakes.
Oh, well, that's nice. Yay!
To be fair, just wait till we cross.
Right, yeah.
No, but
Get my 221 gold back.
Just wait till Graubuck decides to cut him out of the business once he's not needed.
Just
so,
doctor the contracts.
so you guys, you sell the Tom cakes. You have the 3 medallions.
Sorry you guys didn't get to steal.
Yeah, I'm surprised that worked, to be honest.
Yeah, this worked out way better than anticipated.
Actually,
It'll happen eventually.
Actually, I think we should steal anyways.
We should wait until there's less guards, I think,
I
We
don't
can
think there will be
definitely,
less guards. I'm pretty sure there'll be more guards as the day goes on.
Well,
Oh,
now we know
just
where
as
his
a-
safe is.
Right. Just as a point of fact, the parlor did have 1 guard in each corner of the room the whole time.
Ah,
So like he shoot away his butler to like talk business, but there were still his guard in the room the whole time. But yeah, so he's basically like, see you when you get back, and you guys leave. I imagine like were were the rest of you doing anything like outside the whole time?
Yeah, casing the house. Casing the building.
Pretending to be like,
I'm not gonna pretend it's gonna take us more than one day to clear Old Baenum. That's just kind of silly, especially considering we're starting halfway through the first day.
Right.
We're gonna need more than one amulet per person, essentially, unless you really want to go back and forth in and out.
Right. So you do. Do you actually want to like try to case out the outside while you guys are waiting outside?
Sure.
Oh yeah, I do that out of habit.
Right.
Every building cased.
Every building cased.
Wait.
Outhouse?
Wait. I have a question.
Yeah.
So, did he only sell us 3 because he only had 3 left? Because I think that's what he said, right?
No, he didn't. He didn't give you a specific number as to like what he had left. He just, told you.
So we could have bought
you
more?
guys-
He said they're hard to make, which is why he charges so much for
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
But he never gave you a total.
I see. True.
We had 2, so we just needed 3 more. That was the reason we needed 3.
Okay.
But yeah, so actually, if you're going to case out the outside, I'd say, Drax, give me an investigation check.
Only an 8.
Okay. So, as you're like trying to sneak around the outside of the building to like see any potential like entrances aside from the front door, you don't get much time to actually check it out because as you're starting to like look at it, guards keep like kind of passing by and it just becomes too much for you to like feel comfortable trying to continue without getting caught. So you kind of back off after a couple minutes.
That's about right.
But yeah, so I'll say, at that point, Grabak and Tom come back outside with the amulets in hand.
just completely surprised. Like, we did it.
Tom's all like, that man was not bastard, man.
I knew you guys had it in ya.
Definitely way better than anticipated.
Oh, and then Tom goes over to Archie. It's like Archie. Capitalism worked, and like holds up like the 50 or how many gold coins was it?
That he paid you?
Yeah, it was 5.
5,
Right? Yeah. Look.
Oh, well, that's a big deal. Does he have like does Tom actually have like a purse or like a bag or anything yet?
I think I just keep everything in my tentacle folds, to be honest.
I think in your inventories you all have like a bag,
Yeah.
backpack or
It's an
something.
equipment bag.
Yeah. But yeah, so you do have the 3 now. What would you like to do next?
I mean, nothing's stopping us from going to Old Baenum now, right?
Do we want to stop and check with that side quest we go?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Which one? Sorry, I forgot.
No, so when you guys first got to Baenum, when you went to the Paragon Company office in like the guild halls, you took 2 jobs. There was the one to help the owner of the Arce's horse clear out his stockroom from those mutated rats, and then there was another one from a woman who was looking for someone to potentially gather some material for.
Oh.
Question.
Yeah.
I know they're made out of a specific material, but would Archie's character be able to possibly like recreate the amulets now that we have some?
That would be
Oh.
something you should ask Archibald.
Sounds like you need extras in order to test.
The question would literally just be me then repeating that question.
Right. So, I would say if Archibald wants to check out one of the amulets up close, have him look into it. But
I will toss one. Oh wait, yeah, I'll toss one his way.
okay. So yeah, Archie, if you want to check it out, I'd say give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Is it worth identifying it?
No. Well, give me the Arcana check roll.
Sure. Alright, so 26 plus 3 plus 4, so 33?
Oh yeah, Arcana is one of the things you add that extra D4 to, isn't it?
Yup, straight from the goddess on high.
Yeah. No, so no, I'll say you don't even need to bother with it.
Sick.
Basically you know what they do already. They, just seem to shield you from whatever magic is going on in the old as for recreating it, you think that it's not so much an enchantment on the item as much as some component of the wood that it's made from.
So if we were to find more wood that was like a similar thing, then we would be able to make it work.
Potentially.
Okay, so can I make note of the what to look out? Do I know enough about it, as a carpenter or whatever, to be able to describe what to look for to my companions and stuff?
Actually, you have wood carver, right?
Yeah.
Give me a wood carver check too.
Oh, can I do a gizmo with this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yay. That's way better. Dirty 20 on a tool check.
Okay. So yeah, based on your Arcana check and then with the woodcarver tools, it's specifically the type of wood that it is. It's not just taking a piece of wood and then enchanting. It is just this type of wood, and from the feel of it, and it has a oily texture to it. You do know that, and that's what it's called. Is Pletwood.
Okay, I'm gonna just kind of give everybody a quick primer on how to recognize Pletwood in the field in case we come across it naturally, or I don't know, a chair that just happens to be carved out of it. I have no idea what we're looking for, but just so if anybody else sees it other than me, they have a good chance of spotting it.
Yeah.
Shot in the dark, can we compare that Cletwood to the mirror frames?
Oh, you know the mirror frames. They're a dark, an almost black bronze metal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you do find more Pletwood, and I'd say based on that, Archibald, you would be able to recognize it, the trees themselves or something made from it. I'll say the Cletwood has an almost orangey hue to it, and the wood itself feels a little like I said, it feels a little oily.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so you guys have the 3. You want to go talk to the other job person that you
Yeah, I mean, as quick as we can, just pick that up, just to have everything we need to do it when we're out of town.
Sure.
Tell you what, while some of us do that, let's have some of us go pick up the amulets from the guards, and we can all meet up at the entryway to Old Baenum.
Yeah, that sounds smart.
I'll probably go do that since they're most likely expecting me.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So who wants to go talk to the job giver?
Tom can do it.
Okay. And you, Archie?
Wait, so they're going to pick up the thing? Yeah, I guess I should go with Tom.
So yeah, so Archie, Tom, okay, Grabak and Trax are gonna go talk to the guards. You two, what's Akira doing?
I guess I'll go with Tom.
Okay. Alright, so the three of you head to you have the directions from the job where this person lives. It's sort of Baenum has a lot of the houses like kind of in close proximity to each other, but this house is a little more secluded. Like it's got more of an open feel around it, and it's just like a very dark, like hut. And as you approach it, there's a woman outside, just sort of sitting in front of the house, reading.
Okay, so we all approach, the thing, and
Yeah.
as we see the lady, Tom just wriggles his tentacles. It's like, hello.
She looks up and goes. She's just like, oh, hi. She kind of closes the book and like puts it down on the ground next to her, and then stands up and kind of like dusts her clothes off. And she's she appears to be human. She's very pale though. She has very long black kind of wavy hair. She's dressed in all black. But one thing that kind of sticks out while you guys are approaching her is one of her eyes is brown and the other is like blood red.
Oh dang.
And she's just like, "Oh, hi. What can I help you with?"
Oh,
Archie, do you want to make the introduction?
yeah, I can do this. So wait, what exactly was blood red about her? I'm sorry, that jumped out.
Her left eye.
Okay. I don't know anything about medical shit, so I'm just gonna be awkward then.
It's not the whole eye. It's just like the colored part of your eye is just red.
Okay. Not like I don't need to roll for it or anything, but like that's something I would just recognize as like a, oh man, I read a book once about like what happens when you get bit by werewolves or some shit.
I'd say that you could give me either a medicine check or a history check.
I will do the latter on account of that is well more within the chance. Alright, I only got a 10, so
So, I mean, there's lots of different types of people throughout, like in the country you live in.
yeah, no, it's cool. Archibald just assumes that it's related to a request. So I'm gonna roll up because I'm in a wheelchair. So I'm gonna roll up and I'm be like, "Oh, good afternoon, Miss. We're here from the Paragon company, and I assume we're here to help you about your eye."
She she kind of like touches her face for a second and goes, "Oh, no, No, I do have a job for you guys, but it's nothing to do with that.
Would you like a Tom cake?
What happened to my eye?
Right? You know, like, she's like, a what now?
A Tom cake. And Tom just, shoves.
You just say it louder. A Tom cake.
Tom cake.
Sure. She's like, sure, why not? So she takes one. Actually, you go to hand her one and have it because you to Basil or Balsaron.
Wait, Mike. Did Mike cut out for anyone or just me?
Yeah, Mike, could you repeat that last part?
No, I was gonna say. So you go to give her one, but then you remember that you just sold them all to Basil or Balsaron.
Oh. Can it just be a running joke that I always have Tom cakes?
I'd say you'd have to bake them again. Tweet.
Alright, can you just like have a short rest? Can you just stand there for 30 minutes? And I just like
a couple spells and just not, and they were not used.
I'll say you had one left.
Yay! Okay.
Because you have your own stash. Because you
My
tend
own
to just
crystal
eat
stash.
them a lot. So
Alright.
Found one stashed in an old pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not I don't have a problem. It's not an addiction.
I mean, I've had what you base Tom. They're
Yeah, so they're pretty awesome.
So yeah, you give her one, and she's just like, "Oh, thanks." And she like takes a bite, and she's just like, "Hey, this is pretty good.
You should sell some.
You should sell these." So she's like, but yes, you're here about the job from the Paragon. That's great. I'll just get right to it. So, bit of a long story. A while back, I was the target of these two hags that I guess were hiding out in the old town. I guess I am actually technically a hag myself. They were trying to abduct me to complete whatever ritual they needed to complete my transformation, but a few members of your guild rescued me and were able to prevent my transformation. So, hey, that's great, right? But
Like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
but
Excellent.
basically, I was looking for someone to possibly come into the old to get a supply of ingredients because I am actually trying to study and learn to use magic myself now, mostly for the purposes of occasionally, without being able to control it, the magical ability that's sort of dormant in me kind of unleashes itself, and it's not really a good thing. So I figure maybe if I can study some magic and learn to cast a few spells, maybe I can control things.
Real quick. I'm sorry. Really quick.
Yeah.
Mike, out of character.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
this is like a reference to like super anime, like weeb, like Tunabio stuff, where if they all have like an eye patch, like their secret power gets unleashed. Is this the same thing?
So no, she explains her red eye is actually the like only physical trait left over from when she started to transform into a hag.
Oh no. Okay.
So it's just,
glows when she does it.
huh?
It's definitely the eye that glows when she does magic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But But yeah, so she's just like, so I have a list of some things I would like to have put together so that I can try out my hand at casting magic.
What's is there like a pretty straightforward list of stuff? Like, do I recognize everything we need on it?
So she gives you a list, and it's coal from a burned home, dirt.
We
Huh?
could get there right now. Where does she live?
She just looks at you and she goes, "Don't burn my house down."
All right, I'm trying to problem solve here. Number 2.
Dirt corrupted by undead.
Okay.
Holy water.
Oh, hey, cool.
Check.
Check. Yeah. Something touched by fey magic. And then the last thing she wrote down, but it's a piece of flesh from the caster.
Oh boy.
Oh, fun stuff. Okay, I can't help you with that, but
Oh, sorry. Don't worry about that last one. That has to come from me.
that makes perfect sense.
Of these things, why can't she extend her key out?
She's like, I'm sorry, my what?
Your key, why don't you just extend it out of your body?
She's like, well, I don't really know what you... I mean, I have a key to my house, but that's about it.
What Big Punch Lady is saying is that key is a bubble that you can extend out of your body that gives you magic power. And you can you punch people to death.
Yeah, look at this. And then basically, I throw my hand out, and I go to grab a rock or something with my mage hand.
Okay, yeah, so you cast Mage Hand and
Monk hand, yeah, with my monk hand. I'm sorry, with my monk.
and it manifests like a glowing copy of your hand, and it just reaches out and grabs a handful of dirt out of the ground and picks it up. And she's like, right, that's what I want the stuff for, is so that I can learn how to use magic.
Yeah, just push it out of your body. You don't need that other stuff.
Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna just interrupt this whole thing because arcane theory is complicated, and we don't have time to necessarily get all the way through it today. But how much holy water does this list specify?
It would be not even a whole bottle. It would be
I'm just gonna break out one of my stopper vials that I have for my potion making, and just do that with her now, just to get it out of the way.
She's like, oh great. So she takes that and just kind of puts it, and she's just like, okay, great, check that off the list. Yeah, so if you guys get the rest, just bring it back to me, and job done.
It's been a pleasure, and I just leave.
She's just like, oh, my name is Sarah Fletcher, by the way.
I'm sorry, I hadn't asked.
Right. Okay.
Hi,
well,
Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Zara with a Z.
I said what I said.
I said what I said. So, okay, I just have to, I have to put this out there. So, Zara is, the story she tells you is literally before I started this campaign when I was practicing being a DM.
Uh-huh.
Couple session long, little mini campaign I threw for Aruna and her 2 nieces.
Oh, okay.
And so, literally, she's the person they rescued during the game. So, them fighting the hags and everything, something that they did. But what's funny about it is, throughout that whole thing, all 3 of them were just consistently very rude to her. And now you guys are kind of also being rude to her for no reason. So this woman keeps needing the help of the Paragon Company, but just generally thinks they're all assholes.
Oh no. We will fix that. 1 second. Here, we'll fix that. We'll fix that. So Tom calls her Sarah, but I was like, huh, but Sarah, you're just perfect the way you are right now.
Like, aw, thanks.
That's it.
Now
Tom walks
you're-
away.
Right. Fucking fix. Alright, so with that, we'll cut to Grubhug and Trax. So yeah, you guys head to the outskirts of the town, and as you're approaching the wall to Old Baenum, pretty close proximity to the entrance to Old Baenum is Baenum Cemetery. So it's like right before the horrible cursed town where everybody dies, they just bury everybody right there.
Well, this seems like a
Damn.
poor design.
Right? Like, that's bad city planning.
Put maybe like a wall there, so like
I don't know, like a
you
moat,
don't see that.
Or-
Yeah,
privacy fence.
something like that. Can we move the graves?
Well, see,
I
the
mean-
graves were actually the privacy fence because there's nothing really like the stench of death to keep away neighbors. You know.
Bad for business, though. You're gonna have to do something about that, Grobak.
You know what?
That can't be good for business.
We'll move the headstones, leave the bodies. No one will know the difference.
Why do we sell the headstones? If they're marble, that's a pretty penny right there.
Wait, so Akira's not. Wait, is Akira there with them?
No, Kira's not with them.
I'm hearing a voice. From, like, was that Key whispering to me? Sell the headstone.
No. Akira's voice appears on using her message key.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but all of a sudden, I think selling these headstones would be a good idea.
Yeah. Are we the bad guys?
Are we the baddies? Yes. I would
think
agree
we're
with
gonna
Slash that every time.
Yeah, you mean like we're like Instagram baddies, but we're not bad guys. We're just incredibly hot and good looking.
We just because you're a bad guy does not mean you are bad guy.
So you approach the
We're not gonna like dig up the grave. We're not
Yeah,
that crazy.
please don't do that.
We're not that bad.
Honestly, I'm tempted to do it.
oh my goodness. Anyway.
Okay.
Trax, anyone would know it would be you. Grave digging is only socially acceptable between the hours of 2:45 and 6 a.m.
Look. My only thought process: we're going to a place that's dominated by like essentially a death curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we found some necromancer planning something in there and he's gonna use the grave to raise the dead and take over Baenum. Old Baenum expansion.
Well, I mean, if they move themselves, that saves us some money.
It does. That's fair.
They'll just take it. They'll take themselves out, and then we just kill them.
So yeah, you guys kind of walk around the graveyard. You do see, as you're walking through the graveyard, there is someone digging like graves. There's like this older like bugbear guy just digging graves. He's got like kind of big pointy ears and like graying fur. And he just, as you walk by, he kind of smirks and goes, like, morning.
Oh, Tom's not there. I was gonna say Tom says hello, but Tom's not there. So
Right.
Morning.
He's like, if you're going into the old town, make sure you let me measure you first.
What?
Question:
Ah,
You do any fighting?
I've been known to throw a punch or two.
to speed things along, I'm gonna hand him a note with Grobak's measurements.
It's just the suit measurements, though.
Yeah, right.
If you
He's
can
like-
fit the suit, you'll fit the rest of him. It's all good.
He's like, that works. And he's like, you were the one building that pit next to the Os's horse.
Indeed, I am. We're looking for good fighters.
Maybe I'll check it out sometime. My name's Barry. Barry Shallows.
Oh, that's a cool gravedigger name.
Okay, that is
Yeah,
legitimately a great name.
damn.
Great job. That's a great name.
Dang.
So yeah, he just kind of takes the measurements and he's like, see you later. So you guys go to the gateway to the old town, and there are 2 guards posted. And they're just like, are you heading into the old town?
Indeed, we are. I've been
Wanna
told
join
we can gather 2 talismans here.
They're like, oh, did the captain send you?
He did, and he said you'd have 2 here for us to use.
Sure. What's your name?
Grabach Kensington.
The other guy nods, and he's like, yeah, here, and he brings them over to you. Just, captain says be careful in there.
We will. You 2 do any fighting?
Well, not if we can avoid it.
No, you wouldn't cut it in the pits.
I don't think you're gonna get anyone from the hand of Polis, man.
Well, we got the captain. He's a scrapper.
Right. The captain's just a scrapper. Everyone below him, I don't have high expectations.
We might watch that the nervous guy that we've just been like terrorizing. He rises up through the pit.
Maybe just an outlet.
He just shows up, and he's like, he's this scrawny little like guy, and he's just like, all right, here I am. I'm gonna make a name for myself. And he's like, just so you know, I've been trained in hand that.
First fight is against Grabach.
He's like, I was waiting for this moment. Rips his shirt, and he's like fucking jacked all of a sudden. Like,
No offense, Grabach, but I did bet against you in this one.
You can just do your best to lose. That'd be better for us.
You just take a dive. Like I will not take a dive though.
Take a dive, Grabach.
He goes from all right, I'll knock your block off to I will show you justice.
Fucking Escanor from 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, damn, you got the amulets. I mean, that was easy.
You guys got the amulets, so you should all have one now.
You're all welcome.
Let's just say, Grabach, you got everyone like for a lot cheaper than what it should have been.
Hey, Tom helped.
Yeah, no.
Tom helped.
I gotta say, Grabach, you're smarter than you look.
And that's why I'm doing the fighting pits. I want to get me some connections all over and use them to slither my way in and get my own town.
You'll definitely get some fists connected, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Right. So, with all that, is there anything else any of you need to do before you guys start heading into the old town?
Tom would need to make more Tom cakes. Like, actually, no joke. Tom wants to like do a short rest and make sorry, what is it called?
The treats.
Yeah, the treats. So the never gets like like.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
While
Okay.
I'm doing that, can I scrap with the bugbear fella?
You want to fight the bugbear guy?
Yeah.
Sure. What is the rest of you guys gonna do?
Short rest.
Okay, so I'll say whoever wants to take a short rest can. Yeah. So Tom, if you want to go and do the your cooking,
Sweet.
to make your stuff,
Yeah, the special treats.
and then yeah.
Can I spend the hour trying to modify some of Trax's arrows and my caltrops with holy water?
Oh yeah. Okay, so Yeah. So Tom, give me a cooking check with your. Give me a cooking check. Archie, give me a tinker tool check.
Okay. Can I get some help from Trax since he's like a bow guy?
Alright, that makes sense if you want to do that. Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay, yeah.
Where's cooking check?
It's a cook tool, so just roll charisma plus your.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
So yeah, do a charisma check plus proficiency.
It is 15.
Okay. So not your best, but definitely fine. You know.
Yeah, acceptable.
Right. But yeah, still good. Still good.
Hooray!
Probably the batch that should have went to the kids.
Yeah.
We didn't do too well. I only got a 13.
Okay. So I'll say with that, you can't really modify them so much as you do know that you can effectively just sort of like dip arrows or dip caltrops into the holy water.
Yeah.
I'd say that. Geez, how many bottles do you guys have again?
An inappropriate number. I think I have 3, and then he's
Yeah.
still.
2.
Yeah. And
I
then you
had
have 2.5, technically, yeah. So, okay. So how much are you trying to use?
I want to at least get 2 of my like bags of caltrops soaked, so that I can like cover a 10-foot area.
Okay. So yeah, I'd say that if you use a full vial, you can do the caltrops, like 1 pack of caltrops with the 1 per bottle.
Okay.
So if you're doing, 20? That'd be 2 vials. As for the arrows, I'd say, are you going to use your holy water tracks?
What do you mean? Like, I did like the idea of having them on my arrow.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, like that's the plan for it.
Okay, so I'll say you can use, it would be like 4 arrows per bottle. So if you used all of it, you could get 10 arrows dipped in holy.
Okay.
Just make a note of that, okay?
And for me, I'm just gonna douse my my hand bandages.
Okay. So
I got
all right.
two bottles. I would assume I wouldn't need a full bottle for that.
I'd say it would be 1 vial for
both.
like 1 for both hands, not 1 each, just 1 bottle. You see, you're good. Yeah.
Could I like soak my bat in one of the vials or something?
You can pour it on it.
I don't think it would fit.
Well, no, like you could pour it on it, you know.
Yeah, could I like do that?
Sure. So, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So Archie, you have your caltrops notated with the holy water, right?
I do, yes.
All right, Trax, you've got 10 arrows that have holy
Yes.
on them. I'll say that, Gravok, you'll have marked down somewhere that you have 4 punches worth of holy damage, right?
Perfect.
Yep. So your first 4 punches against an undead creature will do the extra damage. And then Akira, I'll say that your bat, the first 3 hits will do
Okay.
the extra.
If it's a glass jar, could Akira's character just like strap it to the bat and just smash the first thing she sees right in the face with it?
Yes, but that would be a one-time use versus a multi-use kind of thing.
That's fair.
Boss fight.
Yeah.
That's for the boss fight.
So, so Tom, who do you get? Because I think you have a limit of 20 you can pass out, right?
So actually, I have 2 different kinds.
You can do 2. Okay.
So no, there's cooked treats and special food. Cooked treats is something I can do after a long rest, and that gives 2 treats that gives you 2 temporary HP. The other way with the short rest is special food. I can cook up to 6 pieces for 6 people, basically.
Okay.
And yeah, like that's the one that gives you more health, like, or you regain health with a 1d8.
Oh, okay. So it's a food they can eat. Get a.
Yeah, so it's like mobile heals. It's like a potion, basically, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
great. So I'll say at the beginning of the day, who would you cap HP to?
Oh, okay. Since it's 2, I would of course give it to Archie, my BFF, and Akira, my other BFF. Sorry, guys. Sorry, everyone else.
I thought we were business friends.
you get like half the special food. Sorry.
Alright, so Akira and Archibald, go ahead and add the 2 temporary HP on top of your there.
How much was it?
2.
Nice.
If it makes you
and
feel
then-
better, Grabak, Tom has like a spell now that will like enhance your attack. So
That does indeed.
Alright, so Grabak, you wanted to kind of just try boxing the bugbear guy?
Yes. Yeah. While we're waiting for everybody, I'd like to scrap with him, see if he's worth the pits.
Alright, so I'll say instead of doing a full one, I'll just have you guys roll me an athletics check.
Haha, that's my good one. Son of a bitch. 2, but I have a
2.
+7, so I rolled a 9.
So, no joke, he also rolled a 9, so you guys,
Oh wow!
you're both,
Thank God.
you know? So give me another athletics check.
Oh, cool. Better than that. It's 15.
Wow, what the fuck? Okay, so you
No
like go
way.
to turn,
You rolled
go to
another
turn,
zero
and
15?
he like perfectly counters you. And he's just like, hey, you're pretty good, Chief.
I just want to point out
Oh.
that Gluck is a half-orc, and this dude is a bugbear, so they're both classically large, rugged, D&D like monster races, and now they're doing like a perfect wrestle-off, which means this dude is just elevated to main character status. like it doesn't matter what he was before this interaction, he has to come up again.
So 2 rolls in a row now. We've gotten the exact same number for this athletic. So we're gonna do one more. All right.
Let's see. D20. 22.
All right. So after this one, you're just like, that's it, and you just like push, and he just gets forced down on the ground onto one knee, and he's just like struggling. He's just like, he lets go, and he's like, oh, all right, that was pretty good. He's like, I definitely want to get involved in your pits once they're done.
He is more than welcome. I would say if he's looking for a job other than digging graves, I could potentially use him as a trainer.
You know, he's gonna teach you how to dig graves. That's how he keeps his strength up.
Also, if he becomes a fighter, he's already got a perfect like wrestling moniker together.
Oh, you gravedigger, of course.
just knocks someone out, waves his hand, someone throws him a shovel, he just starts digging a grave right there in the middle of the stadium.
He's just like,
Gravedigger.
he's just like,
You know what he does? Exactly. Mold earth. He removes the dirt immediately and then just throws the dirt right on top of it.
That's such a cool wrestling
There we
feature.
go.
This world, just leave a 6x6 cube of earth out of a thing, and then throw a guy in.
So
So yeah. Also, the name like Barry Shallows, like okay.
Oh, yeah, it's perfect.
Can this guy be part of the team?
So yeah, while you're like, grappling Barry, the rest of the party shows up.
Just watching, like, what's happening?
Right?
Is this guy bad?
Right? And like you two are grappling for a while, just going like evenly matched for a while till you just like finally won,
Yeah.
Um,
Also, that's exactly the end of the fight, Jeremy.
So, with that, is everyone ready to venture in?
I'm pumped.
Yeah, you're,
Oh wait,
you're damn right it
everyone,
was.
everyone, please submit your measurements to Barry. It's just protocol.
Huh.
What were the measurements for again?
For your
Coffin
coffin.
for the
Coffin.
So, like, I've already got you guys all signed up for Centellan funerals, which are cremations by firework. So, like, you don't even got to worry about it.
Family has a plot. Sorry.
As you guys, get together, you all, pass out the ambulance so that you reach out. You walk through the gate. They raise the gate, you go through, and then as soon as you guys are on the other side, they just close it.
Tom just waves. Bye. See you later.
Thank you.
You should come join us. Put some hair on your chest.
They're like, good luck in there. No. What strange dangers await our heroes within the ruins of Old Baenum? Find out next time on the Paragon Company. As always, I'd like to thank Will Savino and his Music D20 for providing us with our music. Our player character art was provided by @CactusToad on Instagram, and all NPC and backdrop art was generated using Midjourney. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.